The United States. Each one of the 50 states has something special and unique about it. America is a popular tourist destination among many travelers, including the very citizens of the U.S. With each state having its own special attractions, there are some states that are more popular than the rest. These are the 5 most visited states in America. Number 5. New York. The state of New York is a state of many different atmospheres and landscapes. New York is home to the American side of the Great Niagara Falls, which borders a small portion of the United States and Canada. If you're a beachgoer, you might want to check out the luxurious Hamptons in Long Island. New York is home to some of the most famous lakes in America, the Finger Lakes, Lake Erie, and Lake Placid, for example. However, the most visited location in this state is the world-renowned New York City. This city is a well-known area for most of the world. Considered by some as the financial capital of the world, New York City has it all. Wall Street, the Empire State Building, the Museum of Modern Art, Times Square, and the Statue of Liberty, just to name a few. The city is also home to many world-famous restaurants, parks, and zoos. It's no wonder that New York is the 5th most visited state in America. Number 4. Texas. As the 2nd largest state in the country, the possibilities in Texas are endless. Texas is so large that there's a variety of different climates all at once. Some areas have sandy beaches like South Padre Island, and certain areas contain some of the more than 40 mountain ranges in Texas, like Guadalupe Peak. Apart from the great outdoor scenery provided by Texas, there are also a number of cities and attractions that draw a large tourist crowd. San Antonio contains one of the most famous battle locations in history, the Alamo, which is now converted into a museum. Also in San Antonio, the San Antonio Riverwalk, a street known for having a magnificent view that visitors love to walk down, especially at night. Another popular city in Texas is Austin. Surrounded by parks, lakes, and even a spring-fed pool, Austin is the capital of Texas. Many people are excited to tour the 22-acre property of the Texas Capitol building and visit the museums in Austin. The third city that makes for a great stop in Texas is Dallas. Home of sports teams like the Cowboys and the Mavericks, this town is a must-see for fans. Right down the road, you can find the John F. Kennedy Memorial Museum and the Holocaust and Human Rights Museum. If you're looking for something a bit more artistic, you can check out the Nasher Sculpture Center and the Dallas Botanical Gardens. All in all, Texas has something for every one of its visitors. Number 3. Nevada. Nevada is home to Las Vegas, the most popular casino destination in the country. Walking down the Las Vegas Strip is an incredible sight. There are light shows and water fountains around every corner. With tons of incredible nightlife on the Vegas Strip, the town will be lit up 24/7. Everywhere you look, you'll find incredible food, amazing shows, and countless casinos and gambling locations. Las Vegas was built at the base of the Mojave Desert, so if you aren't a gambler, you can still find joy in taking one of the many helicopter or ATV tours around the city. Outside of Vegas, you'll find places to hike and breathtaking mountains to explore. If you don't plan on going to Las Vegas, there's still plenty of things to do in Nevada. Lake Tahoe lies on the Nevada and California border and is the largest lake in the Sierra Nevada mountains. The lake is home to hiking trails, skiing trails, and sandy beaches. Along the Colorado River, Nevada is also home to the Hoover Dam. Built in the 1930s, this giant concrete dam has many functions. Before the dam was built, the Colorado River was notorious for flooding Southern California and Arizona. Placed in a strategic spot in Nevada, the Hoover Dam can now prevent disaster. It supplies water to local towns and farms and is a massive producer of hydroelectric power. With all of these attractions, it's easy to see why so many people will travel to Nevada. Number 2. Florida. Home to Disney World and Universal Studios, Florida has the most visited theme parks in the world. Thousands of families travel to Florida each year to see the famous Mickey Mouse. The park was designed by Walt Disney himself, and after years of improvements and expansions, the Walt Disney World Resorts is the largest amusement park in the world. Florida is a peninsula, making it covered in amazing beaches with crystal clear water. There are 1,350 miles of coastline in Florida, so finding a beach to visit won't be that difficult anywhere in the state. The Florida Keys are a chain of tropical islands off the coast of southern Florida with a relaxing vibe. If you're looking for a more wild adventure, Florida has over 20 state parks, which makes it a magnet for campers and hikers. The most famous park in Florida is the Everglades, which is a 1.5 million acre protected swamp, great for seeing alligators and taking airboat tours. Towns like Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Jacksonville are also popular among vacationers. There are endless choices for food, shopping, and nightlife. It's no wonder that Florida is such a popular state to visit. Number 1. California. The most visited state in America is also the most populated state. California has a mix of amusement, natural, and retail attractions all over the state, with a number of state and national parks, and also one of the top agricultural producers in the country. About half of the state is owned by the government in an effort to increase wildlife conservation. Death Valley, Redwood, and Yosemite are some of the 9 popular national parks to visit here, with a variety of hiking options all over the state. Disneyland is another giant tourist attraction that hosts millions each year, along with Los Angeles, Hollywood, San Francisco, and San Diego. Each one of these cities has its own unique culture and vibe that should never be neglected. National monuments and historic landmarks are also scattered across the state. You'll never know what you'll find when you explore. California is a land of diverse climate, culture, and population, making it an interesting state to anyone who visits, and the number 1 most visited state in America. Not everyone has time for a cross-country road trip to visit all 50 states, so sometimes we need to be a little picky. For much of the country, these 5 states are on the top of any travel to-do list, and with good reason. With so much to do in these states, it isn't hard to understand why so many people travel to visit them.